I think next year that you might want to, since you have been moving up a bit, do you think you might want to give at least one serious 10,000 a shot?
I knew that was coming. No,
It had to
no, 10,000 meters. That's, for the 5,000 meters, I find that, this event that is actually kind of tough for me. And when I'm shown all these laps remaining, it kind of takes, I just, even though I'm training for it, it seems like in the race I'm not prepared for it. But then once I pass a certain, number of laps, then I'm fine. But then 10,000 meters, I don't see myself doing that.
Yeah.
I can see myself enjoying it, watching like I did, watching the Kenya Nationals at Prefontaine Classic, and that was fun.
I don't know if they actually have a board that shows the number of laps left, but if I was passing by and it said 24, it just seems like a lot.
That's the problem. And the problem is you just go and come and look. You're looking, and you're counting down, and from 25 all the way down. That's kind of hard.
Is it true they're going to have the U.S. Nationals in Kenya in 4 years?
I hope they can do that, in altitude. I would go there in 4 years.
When I watched the two races of the two races I could see on the internet, which is Mo Farah running a 1,500 at Occidental, and I guess this 5,000, it just seems like he's almost like, he seems, I guess maybe he's this much better than the competition he's had so far, but he seems to be able to look around at what everybody's doing. I think part of his job was to shepherd his own teammates through to get tan developed. But I'm just amazed at how in control of every aspect of the race he seemed to be. And I just wondered, and I also got the impression that he could probably have done quite a bit better than he's done in those races so far. What did you watch them, and what were your
Yes,
thoughts?
I did. Yeah. I did. And that comes with confidence, and that comes also with the preparation, and sometimes also the ease at which the athlete cross that finish line or about to cross that finish line. They just feel like I'm in control. I can accelerate if I feel, I sense any danger, people coming to pass me. And so that's why he can feel relaxed. He can just, wave around, and because he's in control, he feels strong. And so I think that is something that comes with confidence. And he did that in Daegu. We are just like running, looking so ugly over like that, towards the end, but then he's over there just powering off and then waving. And so he is in control, and that is one thing that is, it's good once you develop that thing. And some other athletes also do it, without knowing. For me, I always like to, celebrate after I finish the line, and that because I don't want to celebrate before, because if you do it, you're going to lose it, and so, and I think Mo Farah is in good shape right now.
Did the Sydney Olympics seem like a long time ago?
Yes. I was just looking at the tape the other day, and it seems long. I was like, wow, that's a long time ago. Yeah. I used to look even like different. My agent and I looked at in my house just a few days ago before I came here, and he was like, look at your strides back here. They were like long. Yeah. If you had these strides, I think you could have taken second place. Yeah. I'm like, hey, you know what? I knew my spot going in, and I knew that to get number 3 was going to be, it will mean everything to me, and it did. And I wasn't even thinking about coming in second. No, I wanted to maintain my spot. I was number 3, and I was less all. I wasn't greedy, and it suddenly paid off. Believing that I can be on the top 3. Yeah. So, but it seems like a long time ago.
Bring up a point. A question I definitely wanted to ask. We're talking about your stride, and talking about the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Some call you the smoothest in terms of your stride. I think everyone should. How do you maintain that such fluid stride? It looks so strong, so effortless. Given now that you're not a spring chicken anymore in the grand scheme of things.
In my grand scheme of things.
No, actually, it is the transformation that my coach made me do. He coached me, and he emphasized on the mechanics. Because I used to have these lengthy strides, and then also I was like bouncing. And so he told me, no, we have to cut that. If you want to be good, let's just make it efficient. So I go on a treadmill, and then he looks, and then he videos, and then he's like, see, now, quick. So he always, even after now, he still yells, quick turnover, and I try to put it in my mental thing, like, gotta do it, come on, quick strides. And I do that, and it's been a normal thing to do. And I practice it when I'm doing my training, and when I get tired, I actually purposely try to go faster. I mean, like, to make my strides go quicker. Might not necessarily be I'm going fast, but, I try to work it out that, I kind of, because it's a good thing, especially towards the end of the race, and suddenly when you have good mechanics, good strides, you just feel like you're efficient. You're not actually using too much, energy, trying to kind of overstride on all these things. And then it helps you also when you're going towards the end. And so that's, my coach really changed it. It's not really me. He just changed it. if it was not him, I think I could not have run maybe 3:26 or maybe even ran fast towards the end. 2007 World Champs. Towards the end, I just powered it on there because that's what he's been telling me. You got to do this, and I put it in my head and in my training. I have to do this all the time.
I know you've got, obviously, this race to worry about, but have you been in touch with or watching your Arizona guys this weekend? Didn't see it?
You know what? Coach Lee keeps me updated. Lawi advancing, and then
Stefan got second.
Stephen coming second to Cam Levin, and so I'm happy with my guys. We're training well, and really happy with that. And of course, I was following my sister. She's having a day off today, and then tomorrow she's going to the 15 finals.
That's right. Yeah, she just got in. That's good.
Florida State.
Do you think, I mean, it's a whole other level and the race is faster, but what's your impression of Cam Levin's character?
Oh man, he is, now we're talking about smooth guy, he's really smooth runner. And actually he is, I don't know if he's a front runner, but he is a chaser. He can chase anybody and get it.
Yeah.
So those are the, you know what, it doesn't surprise me. If this guy was to be in a loaded field in a championship or something like that, and then everybody's still going a little bit slow, those are the guys who are very dangerous. People doesn't know.
Yeah.
Cam Levin could pull it together.
Yeah.
And suddenly I heard, somebody told me the training he's doing a lot of training, a lot of intensity.
He's a high mileage guy.
Yes, high mileage and high intensity. And it's good now, and then that is going to prepare him for later on. And I think he's going to, when he steps out as a pro, people will, I think he's going to enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
But the only, sorry.
Not to mention he's got that Canadian A+ standard, right? So
Yeah,
it's gotta count for
yes,
something.
he has that. So one thing that also is sometimes that athletes who graduate from college running good like this, it might take them a year or two, because one thing that happens is, racing in college, you race almost all the time,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're racing yourself into shape. But then once you're a pro, you don't get that.
Yeah.
And that sometimes people are like, why is he not running like last year in college? Because you know what, it's not, that those racing in college really helps athletes. And I always tell them, you know what, if you get an opportunity, use that college racing, because that's really important.
It's interesting you say that, because a lot of people will say, well, now that I'm out of the college, I can sleep in on weekends and I don't have to race every other weekend. They think it's a good thing, but then they don't know. The first year out of college is often a down year.
It's a down year, because you are, most of the time it's like, coaches take you on Friday to competition, and then you come back, you do this, you travel all the time, and most of the time, like athletes, double, sometimes even, one race or double, and those are very important.
Yeah.
And then when you're a pro, what do? You just train longer, but you have less competition.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when you go to the competition, you are still rusty at the beginning of the season. So, anyways.
Since we're talking about impressions, I'm sorry to keep holding you here. As your experience as a miler, what do you think of Robbie Andrews moving up from the 800 to the 1500?
I like watching him in 800, and I think he's a 800 meter runner in my view. I've seen him run in college, and he is not afraid to run hard. And this is the guy who is not, I think he has that thing like, I don't want to lose, and I'm going to chase whoever is in front to get him. And I saw him at Penn Relays, I saw him, in some of the videos I see in college, and he is actually a good 800 meter runner. Yeah. I guess maybe I haven't seen him run a lot of 15s. I don't even think I've seen him run 15 really. And so I feel like, well, this guy is a good 800 meter runner. And if he was to run like that, he is one of those guys that are going to be there for a long time, like Nick Simmons and all these guys. So.